It's strange how silence can be louder than shouting. That morning, it wasn't anger that ended our marriage. It was quiet. A quiet so heavy that even the ticking of the kitchen clock felt cruel. She stood in the doorway with a suitcase I hadn't noticed before. Her hand trembled just slightly, not from fear, but from finality. When our eyes met, I already knew what she was going to say. "You chose work, not us." She didn't scream it, she whispered it. And somehow that whisper hit harder than any scream ever could. I didn't answer. I didn't know how. The only sound left was the door closing, soft but final, and that's how 40 years of love ended, not with a fight, but with silence. I was never a bad man, just a man who believed that success could heal everything. When we married, I promised her the world, and maybe that was my first mistake, believing that love needed to be proven with things. I worked day and night, convinced that every hour away was an act of devotion, that every deal closed was a gift for our future. I told myself, she'll understand. One day she'll see it was all for us. But love doesn't speak the language of later. It only understands now. And while I was busy building a future, she was slowly packing memories into boxes I didn't even see. After she left, the house felt different. Not empty, haunted. Every room carried her absence like an echo. Her perfume still lingered on the pillows. Her cup was still on the counter, half stained with lipstick. I couldn't bring myself to clean it. It was the last proof that she had ever existed here. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. I buried myself in work again, not because I loved it, but because it was the only place where silence didn't follow me. The company grew, my bank account too. But inside, something rotted quietly, the kind of decay that money can't fix. One night, I found an old box in the attic. Inside it, our wedding photos, letters she wrote when I was away. One of them ended with words that burned into me. "I don't need a rich man. I just need my husband back." I sat there for hours, reading and rereading every word until the ink blurred with tears. That night, I finally realized what I had traded: her laughter for applause, her touch for handshakes, our time for numbers. The next morning, I made a choice, not a grand one, a quiet one. I called my lawyer, signed papers, sold everything, then I disappeared. No press, no farewell, no drama, just silence. The same silence that once destroyed me, now became my companion. I moved to a small town by the sea, rented a single-room house, and for the first time in decades, I started to breathe again. Days felt longer there, not because of boredom, but because they were mine. I learned how to make my own coffee, to fix a chair instead of replacing it, to listen without waiting to respond. It's strange. When the noise of success fades, you start hearing the clock again. And you realize time doesn't speed up or slow down. You do. A year later, I wasn't richer, but I was finally at peace. If you're listening to this story, remember one thing: success without someone to share it with is just a collection of empty trophies. Love isn't the opposite of ambition. It's the reason to have it. Because when time finally asks for its debt, it doesn't care about your net worth. It only asks, who did you love when you still had time?